There's a strange poetry to air travel. That moment when the world below fades into a blur of clouds and time itself seems to suspend. Yet for most travelers, the romance ends the second they enter economy class. A cramped seat, stale air, knees pressed against hard plastic. It's a slow kind of exhaustion, not pain, just fatigue that seeps into the bones. I used to dread flying. I loved travel, but I hated the part that got me there. Until one day I decided to stop complaining and start engineering my way through it. Years of flights, mistakes, and experiments later, I discovered something unexpected. Comfort isn't a privilege, it's a system, and that system begins long before takeoff. Imagine walking into a long-haul flight like entering a small personal laboratory, where everything you bring, wear, and touch shapes how your body will feel 10 hours later. Most travelers rely on luck. Hopefully the seat reclines enough, but seasoned flyers know better. They build comfort like architects, piece by piece with precision. It begins with one simple rule: ditch the neck pillow everyone else buys. The U-shaped pillow looks comforting, but works against your anatomy. It pushes your head forward, strains your neck, and leaves you waking up feeling worse than before. The real solution is engineering, not fluff. A supportive travel pillow that anchors to the seat's headrest, stabilizing your head and preventing that awkward side-to-side bobbing. Think of it as a neck harness disguised as comfort, and once you try it, you'll never go back. Next, the eye mask, but not just any mask. You need a 3D contoured blackout mask that floats over your eyelids without pressing on them. This isn't about vanity, it's neuroscience. When your brain senses total darkness, it releases melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to rest. That tiny difference, full blackout, can mean the difference between a nap and real restorative sleep. And then there's the sound, the constant hum of jet engines, the faint chatter, the rattling of trays, all blending into a subtle form of sensory stress. The solution? Noise-canceling headphones. Not to escape the world, but to build a bubble within it, a cocoon of quiet where your nervous system can finally relax. The mind drifts, the heartbeat slows, and suddenly flying feels human again. A quick pro tip: pack a Bluetooth transmitter. Older aircraft entertainment systems still use wired headphone jacks. Plug in the adapter, pair your wireless headset, and you've just upgraded the 1990s into 2025. Comfort isn't just a feeling, it's an ecosystem you build around yourself. The biggest mistake people make on long flights is dressing for fashion, not function. At cruising altitude, temperatures fluctuate wildly, from stuffy heat before takeoff to polar chill mid-flight. That's why frequent flyers live by one law. Layers are survival. Soft, breathable, stretchable layers. A cotton or bamboo-based shirt, a light hoodie or fleece, and something you can remove without contortion acts. Because in the confined ballet of economy class, even zipping a jacket can feel like a performance. Jeans are the enemy. Denim restricts circulation and digs into your waist as cabin pressure subtly changes your body's fluid balance. Instead, choose joggers or travel pants with elastic waistbands. Your shoes matter too. At 35,000 feet, your feet swell by up to half a size. That's not discomfort, that's physics. So wear something you can slip on and off easily. Pack a pair of thick socks or even soft sole slippers. When you change into the mid-flight, something psychological happens. Your body switches from public mode to rest mode. Tiny rituals like that can trick your brain into calm. Because long-haul comfort isn't about luxury, it's about giving your body permission to rest. Hidden within travel forums and whispered among frequent flyers lies a piece of gear few have heard of: the foot hammock. It's simple. A small sling that attaches to the tray table and suspends your feet just above the floor. It sounds ridiculous until you try it. Raising your legs even a few inches transforms your posture. It reduces strain on your lower back, improves blood flow, and mimics the recline of a more expensive seat. You're no longer sitting in economy, you're floating in it. But before you rush to Amazon, there's a catch. Some airlines have banned these devices. Delta, Qantas, and a few others classify them as potential obstructions. Always check your carrier's policy before boarding. Used correctly, though, the foot hammock is a game changer. During cruising hours, it relieves the silent stress your body accumulates minute by minute. Your knees rise, your spine realigns, and your muscles stop fighting gravity. For the price of a coffee, you've just unlocked an upgrade your ticket couldn't buy. There's another more serious reason to care about posture, one that goes beyond comfort: blood flow. Long periods of immobility can lead to swelling, aching legs, or worse, deep vein thrombosis, DVT, a blood clot that forms when circulation slows too much. It's rare, but it's real, and prevention is effortless. Enter the unsung hero of long-haul travel: compression socks. These aren't fashion accessories. They're medical-grade tools disguised as cozy gear. They apply gentle, graduated pressure from ankle to calf, encouraging blood to keep moving even when you can't. The result? No swelling, no heavy leg sensation, just smoother landings, literally and figuratively. For flights longer than 4 hours, compression socks are non-negotiable. You don't feel them working, but your body does. They quietly protect you while you rest, like an unseen co-pilot looking after your health. Most travelers think their flight begins when boarding starts. In reality, it begins the night before. How you prepare determines how you'll feel in the sky. Start by reducing the biggest stressor of modern flying: airport security. In the US, programs like TSA PreCheck and Clear are worth every cent. 99% of pre-check passengers wait less than 10 minutes, skip shoe removal, and breeze through laptops and liquids. Other countries offer similar fast tracks. In Singapore, it's called the Changi Priority Pass. In Europe, Fast Track Security. These aren't VIP luxuries, they're mental health investments. Next, arm yourself with information. Install FlightAware or Flight Radar 24, apps that give you real-time data on delays, gate changes, and aircraft rotations. Because airlines rarely update those terminal screens as quickly as they should. Knowing before they announce it gives you power. And in travel, power means calm. Never, ever let the airline choose your seat. A bad seat can ruin even the best preparation. Use seat maps or Aerolopa. Modern tools built using actual airline layout documents, not outdated crowdsourced guesses. They reveal precise seat details: window alignment, recline limits, galley proximity, even armrest type. Now decide what matters to you. If you value sleep, pick the window seat. Uninterrupted rest, no one waking you. If you value movement, choose the aisle. Freedom to stretch, walk, or use the restroom without negotiation. Be careful with bulkhead or exit rows. Yes, they offer legroom, but you lose underseat storage and often face immovable armrests. And the seats near lavatories or galleys? Those are where silence dies. Constant traffic, clanging carts, and flashing lights will break even the deepest sleep. Your seat is your micro-universe for the next 10 hours. Choose it as you choose your home. Jet lag isn't just fatigue, it's temporal dislocation. Your body's clock out of sync with the planet, but you can outsmart it. Start days before departure. Shift your sleep and meal times 1 or 2 hours toward your destination schedule. That gentle adjustment gives your circadian rhythm a head start. Once on board, set your watch and phone immediately to the destination's time. Your mind follows your clocks. Eat and sleep according to that new schedule, even if it feels unnatural. Skip caffeine and alcohol. They might feel comforting, but both sabotage hydration and circadian reset. Hydrate aggressively with bottled water, and the moment you land, seek sunlight. Natural light is the strongest cue to reset your biological clock. Stay awake until a reasonable local bedtime, and the next morning, you'll wake up as if you've already been there for days. This isn't willpower, it's biology hacked. Here's a truth that takes years to learn. The less you carry, the more you feel free. Checking luggage adds hidden weight, not just physical, but psychological. The stress of waiting at baggage claim, the risk of lost bags, the uncertainty of whether your essentials made it. Traveling with only a carry-on eliminates that anxiety entirely. You walk straight off the plane, bypass chaos, and head for the exit while everyone else is still staring at the carousel. It's not just faster, it's liberating. Packing light forces you to think smarter. to own less, and to move with intention. The feeling when you glide past baggage claim, that's the real definition of first class. By now, you've rebuilt your flight experience from scratch, one layer at a time. From the pillow that protects your spine to the socks that protect your blood flow. From the seat that matches your habits to the mindset that resets your time zone. You've transformed a space designed for endurance into one designed for recovery. And that's the secret most airlines don't want you to realize. Comfort isn't sold, it's engineered. Because flying isn't just about moving through air. It's about learning how to inhabit it, fully, calmly, intentionally. You're not escaping gravity anymore. You're mastering it. Remember the last time you squeezed into an airplane seat? The shuffle of passengers, the click of seatbelts? That sigh you let out knowing you'll be here for hours? Flying gets us there fast, yes, but it's rarely kind. Dry air, recycled oxygen, crying babies, turbulence that turns coffee into choreography. It's not glamorous,
Flying gets
it's
us
survival.
there fast.
But buried inside this chaos are a few small truths. Secrets, really, that airlines would rather you never figure out. Because the moment passengers learn how to outsmart discomfort, they stop paying for upgrades. These are the 7 hacks that quietly rewrite how you fly. Let's start with the simplest one. The seat that looks perfect, yet hides a trap of ice. Every traveler loves the window seat, the view, the solitude, the cinematic moments, sunrise over the Arctic, city lights flickering like constellations below. But at 35,000 feet, beauty comes with a price: cold. Outside the cabin, temperatures drop to 40 degrees Celsius, colder than Antarctica. The fuselage, when that thin aluminum shell between you and the sky, becomes an invisible radiator of chill. Even with climate control, the outer wall stays several degrees cooler than the cabin air. So if you're pressed against it for hours, that creeping cold seeps through your armrest, your shoulder, and finally your spine. The fix? Always pack a light jacket or hoodie in your carry-on. Even if you're headed to a tropical island, comfort is about layers, not destinations. You can remove warmth, but you can't borrow it at 10,000 meters above the Pacific. And if you forget your layer, just ask. Flight attendants often carry spare blankets. A small kindness in an environment designed for efficiency, not empathy. You've just buckled in, the plane begins taxiing, and the attendant offers coffee or tea. It feels civilized, a ritual of hospitality above the clouds. But here's the uncomfortable truth, that hot water might not be as clean as you think. Multiple independent studies, from the EPA to airline whistleblowers, have found bacteria like E. coli and staph in onboard water systems. The reason? Those tanks are rarely cleaned properly. In many aircraft, they've been used for years, flushed only occasionally. The result is a hidden ecosystem brewing in the pipes that feed your fresh
hot water
coffee.
might not be as clean.
No wonder many frequent flyers stick to a golden rule. If it's not sealed, don't sip it. That means bottled water or packaged juice only. Cabin air already dehydrates you by 25% faster than at sea level. You need hydration, yes, but not from mystery plumbing. Keep a reusable bottle, ask for refills from sealed bottles only, and skip the mid-air cappuccino. It's not paranoia, it's prevention. Everyone assumes the airplane bathroom is the dirtiest place on board. It's not. The true germ hotspot sits right in front of you, the tray table. Hundreds of passengers touch it every day. People eat on it, sneeze on it, rest their phones, and yes, some even change diapers there. Between tight turnarounds, cleaning crews have minutes to reset entire cabins. The lavatory gets attention. The tray table rarely does. Close behind in the race for filth, the seat back pocket. That innocent pouch holds magazines, snack wrappers, and,
It's not the dirtiest
if you're
spot.
unlucky, tissues left behind from another traveler. They're almost never disinfected. So what's the counter move? A simple pack of sanitizing wipes. The moment you sit down, wipe the tray, armrests, and seat back pocket edge. It takes 15 seconds and spares you days of coughing later. It might look obsessive, but every experienced flyer knows prevention is elegance. In the confined ecosystem of an airplane, hygiene isn't just personal, it's communal. Nothing kills travel joy faster than a delay. Hours stuck at the gate, connection missed, itinerary shattered. But there's a secret buried in airline scheduling that can help you dodge this entire nightmare. Book the earliest flight you can. Flight delays are dominoes. A single late departure at sunrise creates a chain reaction that ripples through the network all day long. By afternoon, it's chaos. Weather, maintenance, crew rotations, all collide in the busiest hours. But those first departures of the morning, they're born from stillness. Planes parked overnight, rested crews, cooler air. Statistically, morning flights have the lowest delay probability and smoothest turbulence profiles. The air is calmer, thermals weaker, jet streams predictable. So yes, it means waking up before dawn.
Delays snowball
But when you
as the
land
day
on
goes
time,
on.
walking through arrivals while others are still queuing at security, you'll understand. The early flight isn't punishment, it's strategy. Every seasoned traveler knows that good travel isn't luck, it's design. You craft the conditions that others hope for. So by now you've learned how to stay warm, stay clean, stay hydrated, and stay punctual. 4 small victories in the ongoing battle against economy fatigue. But there's more, because comfort isn't just about physics. It's also about human behavior, service culture, and a few clever tricks that exist right under the airline's nose. In the next section, we'll dive into the final secrets.
Yes, please.
The kind that make crew members smile at you twice, that turn a cramped cabin into something unexpectedly kind. By now you've learned that comfort in the air isn't luck, it's architecture. But the best travel secrets? They're the ones that play quietly behind the curtain. Unwritten
Would you
rules,
like a drink?
human patterns, and tiny
Yes, please.
loopholes hidden in plain sight. The next 3 are the kind airlines rarely talk about, because once you know them, you'll never see your seat the same way again. Most people rush to book the front of the aircraft. They think proximity to the door equals privilege. Faster exits, faster service, faster everything. But paradoxically, the back of the plane can often feel more human. Here's why. The galley is usually behind you. That means the crew, your gatekeepers to snacks, drinks, and small mercies, are closer. It's easier for them to quietly offer a refill or a spare cookie without the entire cabin watching. When you sit farther back, you're in the crew's field of awareness, not their path of chaos. You also avoid the constant foot traffic that crowds the midsection.
Oh, thank you.
Sure, it's not first-class champagne service, but sometimes proximity to kindness is worth more than legroom. If you treat the crew with respect, empathy, and patience, they remember. A genuine smile, a small thank you, an understanding nod when turbulence hits. These micro gestures build goodwill that can transform your flight. Because up here, where kindness is rationed, generosity becomes a currency. So next time you scroll through the seat map, don't dismiss the back. It might just be the quietest, warmest corner of the sky. Few travel accessories are as symbolic as the inflatable neck pillow. It promises rest, comfort, and maybe even a nap that erases 6 time zones. But here's a physics lesson at cruising altitude. Air expands as pressure drops. If you fully inflate your pillow on the ground, by the time you reach 35,000 feet, the trapped air inside will swell. Best case scenario, it becomes rock hard and unusable. Worst case, it pops, loudly, embarrassingly, mid-flight. The fix is simple. Leave room for expansion. Inflate it to about 80% before takeoff. As you ascend, it will naturally firm up to the perfect level of support. This tiny act of awareness, understanding the invisible hand of physics, is what separates travelers who fight the flight from those who flow with it. Every comfort in the air is a negotiation between body and atmosphere. You don't control the cabin pressure, but you can adapt to it gracefully. Travel isn't about resisting discomfort, it's about dancing with it. Here's one airlines truly hope you never notice. Special request meals, vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, low sodium, halal, kosher, aren't only for people with dietary needs. They're the freshest meals on board. Why? They're prepared in smaller batches and loaded first. That means less sitting in trolleys, less reheating, and often higher quality ingredients.
Oh,
They're
wow.
also served before the standard meal service. So while the rest of the cabin waits, you're already dining. Your food arrives hot, your choice still intact, and the flight suddenly feels a little more civilized. This isn't about gaming the system, it's about understanding it. Airlines optimize for logistics, not taste. But if you learn how the system works, you can quietly step outside it, and the experience changes entirely. Somewhere over the ocean, the lights dim. Hundreds of strangers drift into fragmented sleep, and the steady hum of engines becomes a kind of meditation. For a moment, suspended between time zones, you realize something profound. Flying isn't just transit, it's transformation. Every discomfort you've learned to solve, the chill, the dehydration, the noise, the waiting, reveals a deeper truth. Comfort is not sold, it's designed. Peace isn't handed to you, it's built in layers of intention. Maybe that's a secret airlines never planned to hide, but simply forgot to teach. That the real first class lives in awareness, not in a curtain or a ticket price. It's the traveler who knows how to adapt, rest, and observe, who walks off the plane calm, clear, and quietly triumphant. So as you buckle up for your next flight, remember, above the clouds, you're not just a passenger, you're a craftsman of experience, an architect of small freedoms. Every item you pack, every choice you make, is a brushstroke in the art of flying well.